Get ready to feel terrible about your smile, because once you see this girl smile, for the next few minutes, you're going to be thinking, I got to go brush, I got to whiten my teeth and floss. Because first of all, right off the bat, your smile is warm, it's welcoming, it says, I'm Hilary Duff, and it just shows you where you're at in your life right now. You got a lot of good stuff going on, don't you?
That is so sweet. Thank you. I do. And I'm really happy. I'm in a good place. And busy again, which feels great. And working. And I'm a mom, which is the best gift ever,
All right, we're going to talk about Luca and being a mom in just a moment, because first of all, I want to commend you with coming back after 7 years, because for a lot of people, oh, no big deal, you just come back, it's like riding a bike. Is it that easy, or after that long, was there some pressure, to get back on and to do what you did before? How hard was it to adjust?
Challenging, because you're like, oh, does anybody care anymore? You're like, it's scary, and you're like, who am I going to be in the studio? What am I going to come up with, and what do I have to say? And it was a lot of pressure, but it is like muscle memory. Like once I got in there, it's like, oh, I got this. Like it's still in there, So it feels good, but it's also like convincing people, like, I really want to do this. I'm going to put this much into it, because you obviously can't do it alone. So it is like starting over. So it's a lot of work.
Let's talk about some of the new stuff we see from Hilary Duff. I was watching you do some stuff for X Factor there in Australia, and I was watching the new video. It's a little sexier version of Hilary Duff, isn't it? It's a grown-up version.
It is, and it's funny that people say that. They're like, I don't know if they expect me to just pick up where I left off, but obviously it's been 7 years since I made a record. So I've grown up a lot, and a lot's happened. And I think it's just the record is very honest to who I am now. And are you talking about the video, the lyric video online or something? Or
and some of the performances, like I've never seen you spank your own bum before, but I saw that. I'm like, what's
she doing?
Yeah, she's having a good time.
Talk with her.
You're having fun though, aren't you? You're having like a really good time. It just seems like you're really comfortable in your own skin, and you're having a good time.
Oh, you know what? I think that it's so much work that if you're not having a good time and you're not enjoying it, it's not worth it. So, I love this. And after having a child, sitting down and really thinking about, okay, what do you miss about your old life? And it was really the music, and it was being on stage and performing and having that connection with the fans, So I'm really willing to work really hard again just to get back on stage and to do that and to find myself there again.
So which way did you change the most in the past 7 years that you've really modified who you are when you're on stage now? Because you are a different person, there's a different confidence, there's a different aura about you. Yeah. Which way was the biggest change for you? How did you grow most?
Well, I would say the confidence thing has helped a lot. Taking that break, because I toured from like 15 to 20. And so at 20, I was like, well, I'm a 20-year-old woman, like girl/woman. And who am I? Like, I don't know. I need to just like step away from all this to go figure that out. And I don't know if I can, pin a certain word on what it is, but I think just taking that break helped me find myself and feel more comfortable in my skin and know who I am. And the stage thing will come with rehearsals and putting my show together. But like the thing I did at X Factor, that was fun for me. And it was like, I wanted to line dance. So we did a version of line dancing, which was awesome. And I guess I just feel a lot more comfortable and confident in my own skin.
So when you went away for those 7 years and you were doing that self-discovery, who did you find? What was the version of Hilary Duff that you stumbled upon?
I guess one thing that I feel like my fans have always related to me is that I am a really normal girl, and I strive for normalcy. I'm a bit of a homebody. I love simple things, like take pleasure in simple things, and a bit of like repetitive stuff in my life, like knowing that I'm going to be home every night, sleeping in my own bed or cooking dinner and having family time. Those things are like really important to me. And so I think it took me a while to feel comfortable doing that, because when you're on the road and in a hotel room every night and someone making a schedule for you every single day and, not super in control of your own life or not even around that many people, just like living freely, you forget how to like make decisions and think for yourself and all that stuff. So I think it took a while, but that's really what I found, was just like becoming an independent person.
So when you come back to being a gypsy, which is going to happen now for the next little while, you're more in control, gypsy. You know where you're going a little bit differently now.
And I think now that I have Luca, my schedule, I won't tour for 5 months at a time before a break. I'll tour for 2 or 3 weeks and then take a break and then go back home and then go back out on the road. It'll be planned a lot better.
So some of the neatest things I've seen from you is when you're with Luca. Obviously, changed your world, makes you a better person. What's the best part about being a mom?
I think there's a lot of really deep things that I could talk to you about, but the running hugs are the best. I mean, when you walk in the door and they're like, "Mommy!" like run across the house and just like dive into your arms. Some of those are the things that like just hits me right in the heart and in the stomach, and you're like, "Okay, I had a hard day, but like this just changed it all," Or like the little pitter pat feet running into my room in the mornings. Those little things are the most memorable to me, or the things that I miss the most when I'm not with him.
And I hope when he's 20, he doesn't give you the running hugs anymore. Because it's
going
to hurt.
I don't care. I hope he will. He's so big, though. He's going to be way bigger than me.
Do you sing your own songs to him before he goes to bed?
I do, especially because half the time I'll be like warming up my voice, like putting him to sleep, and then going into the studio at night to record after I put him down. So he will do some of my exercises on his own. Like he'll be playing in his train table and he'll be doing some warm-ups. I'm like, oh God, like I need to sing more Itsy Bitsy Spider because kids at school don't want to hear like, no.
It just sounds like you say no to him at every octave and every key.
I know. Now, and I'm wondering why he's saying no back now, right?
Yeah, you taught him. Let's talk about being one. What's been the most challenging thing as far as parenting is concerned? Everyone talks about keeping them on the schedule, going to bed at a certain time, certain foods. What's been the hardest part about being a mom?
We have always kept him on a schedule and like stuck to a routine, which I think kids really need in their life. And it's helped him be, a really good kid, I think. I think it's in his spirit to be, he's very good natured. But sticking on a routine and a schedule is important. And I'm not sure. I haven't had too many challenging. I think maybe when he was a baby and adjusting to life, being a mom, it felt kind of lonely for me because none of my friends had kids yet. So I felt a little isolated, but I know a lot of first-time moms feel like that too. So much changes in your body, and your life instantly overnight is different. So.
And you go crazy because I have a 3-year-old
tired.
daughter, and my wife goes nuts. She's not the same person anymore.
Right? No, you do. Sorry, it's true. We all change like that. But now I feel, like I found the balance between Hilary and mom and all that stuff. You eventually you come back around.
Great. And for the record, us guys are just as crazy. We lose our minds too because you guys are so perfect and keep everything right in our life. So now we know at nighttime is when you went in to do these recordings on this new CD. Weren't you? Were you tired?
Yes.
So how did you build up the energy again? Do you jumping jacks? Do you go for a quick run? How did you revigorate before you got in the studio?
Yeah, exercise is a big thing for me. I exercise a lot, and it's mostly because I like cheese and wine. But it's so good for my brain. Like I just feel lifted and elevated when I exercise. So that's a big part of it. And just to keep my stamina up and my energy, I feel better when I do that. So I'd go and write for a few hours in the day, but get up and have my mornings with him. Go write, start a session, and then come home, cook dinner, put him to bed, and then go and record. So it was tiring, but when you're passionate about something, you have that drive for it. So.
It's not work. It's
no, and I worked with some amazing people and had a lot of fun, and I was in control. If we're not robots. That's a conversation I was having with someone the other day. It was like, if I try to force a session and I'm just not feeling it that day and I've got nothing to say or whatever it is, it's like, well, it's like you can't just crank out a song every day you have a session, So just realizing and appreciating the process of being human and not just like trying to crank stuff out and caring more about quality,
So how was your studio decorated? Now that you're a mom, I mean, when you go in there, how do you get in the zone? Do you have pictures of Luca on the wall? Do you have flowers? What goes on in the room?
No. Normally I'm working like at the producer's studio, and I recorded all over LA and a little bit in New York. So I'm not like, white flowers everywhere or anything.
So it smells like a stinky gym locker because the guys don't take such good care of their studios, I guess, as the women.
Some of them are a little smaller than others.
Yes.
Some of them are a little fancier and more posh. But I kind of like walking into someone else's world and being a little out of my comfort zone, or just feeling a new vibe every day. So it inspires me differently.
The new one, it's funny, I was thinking you could go country with kind of the way to describe something. Were you thinking about going country, or was that on the table? Were you thinking, I think I could do really good at that? Or where were you at that?
I don't know. The country music scene's hard to break. I don't know if I have it in me to go and I feel like you've got to move to Nashville and just really
Drink and buy a pickup truck. And you're in. And you wear a cowboy hat.
That sounds like fun anyway.
I know. We should just go do that.
But yeah, my record, I feel like all the songs on there could go country. So it might be fun to do a version like that or, change up some of the arrangements of the songs if I'm, in the South doing shows. It might be fun. So I'm a country music fan and a Texas girl. So
yeah, folky pop is the way you're kind of describing your new sound. That's a neat way. Can you explain what folky pop means to the average person or to you?
Sure. I've also been saying the word earthy a lot, and people are like, "How's your music earthy? What do you mean?"
Sing about the grass.
Yeah, exactly. It's pop music. I mean, when you hear my voice, you recognize, I sound the same. But the music is pop. It's a lot of mid-tempo stuff, but threaded in there is inspiration from Mumford and Sons and the Lumineers and old school Sheryl Crow. I love her, so a lot of her old music. Some of the songs sound kind of like that. And it's just threaded in. It's not hardcore country or folk or anything, but there's percussion and banjo and things like that.
And when you say washboard, then I'm going to say you've gone country.
I mean, I have been talking about wanting to learn how to play the spoons for the tour. It is? I think it would be.
No, I think it's easy. You're just banging spoons.
I don't know.
I've
been looking at YouTube videos.
Oh,
so
wow.
that might be something we do in the tour.
So that's
any of my fans want to learn how to play the spoons, we should
a special guest song.
Get a circle going.
So is the CD done yet? Or it's not complete? It's
pretty close. It's pretty close, but I know something came out about it coming out in October, and that was never true because I'm shooting my show right now in New York.
Yes.
So from September to December, I'll be shooting, and I just wouldn't have time to properly, push it.
So you're being a mom, the new record on the way, the new Just Live Your Life, Be Free happening, and on top of this, a new show called Younger.
Yeah.
It's not going to come out till 2015, and I hate that because we hear about these projects and we want to see it now.
Yeah, but early January.
Yeah, oh, thank you. That's only a year and some months. Anyway, so can you talk about Younger? What kind of show is this?
The show is hilarious. It's so funny. It's Darren Star, and it's his new show for TV Land, and it's a comedy. It's a half-hour comedy, very female-driven. The characters are pretty much all women, and Patricia Fields is doing all the wardrobe, so it's very stylish. It has the heart of New York City. Yes, has the heart of New York City in it, but it's about this woman whose life is kind of falling apart around her. Her husband's leaving her. They're losing their house. Her daughter's finishing school abroad. No one wants to hire her as an assistant at 40. And so she is trying to pick up the pieces. And in a way, it's very funny. It sounds depressing as hell.
It sounds like a country song is what it sounds like.
Exactly, but it's not. It's very, very funny. She ends up posing 10 years younger than she is, nails a great job, but is going through the struggle of living this lie, but it's a very exciting lie. So my character plays her colleague in the office who's a young bulldog who's gotten ahead very fast in her career, and she's a hot mess with her relationships. So it's, two fun sides for me to play.
Absolutely. And some truth to every part of those roles that you totally be able to relate to.
Yes, I think a lot of women will relate and love it for the fashion and, the quick pace of. It has Darren's mark on it. It's very much like Sex and the City. So
you moved from LA to New York. Is that going to be your new home? What are you thinking for? Are you just doing it for the shoot?
I mean, I'm such a LA girl. I love having my car. I love my house. Luca's in school now. So, but I got a cute place in New York. And I don't know. I might turn into a New Yorker, but
how do you decorate his room? Because he's going to see his room for the first time. And is it tonight he's going to see it or tomorrow?
No,
soon?
I'm going to be in LA this weekend and bring him back to New York on Sunday or Monday. So,
what does it look like when he's going to walk in there for the first time? What did you do? How did you decorate his room?
Well, one thing that's great is the room has this awesome windowsill. So we got big cushions and pillows, and there's these big 3 beautiful window panes in his room, and an art table, and there's some cool old airplanes that I found that are in there, and it's a boy's room. It's a lot of industrial looking stuff.
Okay. Well,
he's into cars and planes and trains and racetracks and boy stuff. So.
Are you going to expose a Barbie to him, or Frozen, and just see how he feels about something like that?
He loves Frozen.
Okay.
He thinks Elsa's his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm awesome. Your first love is an ice queen.
Yeah, if he can melt her heart, you know he's
Right.
going to be a charmer.
Right. Oh, he's a charmer. He loves girls in dresses. It's kind of creepy. I'm like, Luca, stop being so creepy, dude. He's so funny though, and he there's these other things called. Your daughter might like them. Critters. They're all different kinds of animals, and they're like fuzzy, and they do like picnics, or
Oh,
they
wow.
have like little home situations, and he really likes those. And they're more for girls, but we
he's
like
in
to
there.
introduce him to everything.
Are you thinking about maybe doing a children's album after this next one? Would you have some time to do that? Would it be fun for you?
I'm not sure. I thought about that. Jewel did a really great one that I had for Luca, and I think more like I would love to do an acoustic version of all the songs on my record. I think that would be fun and a different sound for me. That's just a little more stripped down, not so
Produced.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting to me. You never know. Maybe if I have another kid.
How many
I'm
more?
more-
How many more are you going to have? What do you think?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I definitely want more. I mean, he's so amazing, and I really enjoyed my time with him, and not felt the pressure to like rush into having another baby because I have so much time. I'm 27, and
Do you miss being pregnant? You know that because that's a whole different. Do you
I
miss all
do,
that?
and I get a little jealous sometimes when I see like cute pregnant women. I'm like, oh, I miss that.
Oh.
But then I'm like, towards the end, I remember what that's like, and I'm
good.
cool right now.
Oh, no, that's good. Well, Hilary Duff, thank you very much, and thank you for the new single. Thank you for the TV show, which we have to wait a decade for. It's just a pleasure always talking to you, and thanks for the little spirit you bring into the world. It's truly, truly
Thank
magical.
you.
So thank you,
Thank you. Gosh, it's so nice to talk to you.
Hilary Duff.